everybody, welcome back to From the Shed. I'm Todd Foster. Hope you are doing fantastic today. So we're in episode 49. That means in just a couple weeks, we will have been doing this for one whole year. Man, that seems like such a milestone to me. And at the same time, it's just flown by. I've loved doing this. Have had some amazing conversations, gotten to meet some really cool people, got to share a lot of my heart, got to introduce you to my family that I love so much. That's where most of the life lessons that I've learned have played out in my life. And I've loved sharing this. I love doing it. I genuinely feel like when I look into the camera, I see you guys. I see people that I've gotten to know or I've known. My mom is my biggest fan. She shares my episode every week. Thank you, Mom. I love you. One of my friends, Matt, that I grew up with, has kind of jumped on From the Shed. He's been a huge encouragement to me, just sharing some of the stuff that's meaningful to him. I have lots of friends around here. It's sort of found its way all over the country, which is crazy to me. But at the same time, as I creep up on that milestone, week 52, and you always want to kind of evaluate and go, is this the best thing that I could be doing in my life? And so I'm asking that question. Obviously, that's the title for this episode is, should I keep doing this? And so I'm genuinely asking that question. And there's several reasons why. And so I want to pause on that question for a minute and kind of share something that I've been learning in my life and that I think is really relevant. It's definitely all over culture and society today. And that is like rest. The fast-paced life that we live. I don't care whether it's families that have kids in multiple sports, to college students, to young adults that are out working. It doesn't matter who I talk to, I hear the same thing. Man, I'm just so busy. I don't have any time to rest. I can't catch my breath. And, with all the technology that we have, probably more than ever, we should be able to make this stuff work for us and free up time. But somehow we just fill it up with more stuff. And that's actually what this book talks about. So it's a book called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. It's by a guy named John Mark Comer. A lot of you guys that, I'm around, follow him, talk about him. He's just got a great voice for our world today. I love it. He's a pastor out on the West Coast. If you're not a follower of Jesus, don't let the pastor title, man, shy you away from checking out this book, man. I think it'll connect with you where you are, for sure. It'll make you ask some good questions, because it is for me. My family's in this interesting season right now where we have one kid in the house right now. It is so quiet. I can hear birds and mice and crickets. I can hear my own breathing. All kind of joking aside. It's really quiet, and it's just such a different season for us. And, so we're just asking a lot of questions. What do you want us to be about? What do you want us to be doing with our lives and our time, our treasure, all that stuff? And so I think it's worth asking, when it comes to From the Shed, should I be doing this? Should I keep doing it? And so there's a couple things. I think this question is for you guys. Because I feel like this is a community. Even though YouTube is a one-way deal, feedback is just critical. And I've lived on feedback from you guys. Every time I feel like I don't want to do it anymore, or I'm tired, or I'm insecure about it, and I'm like, you know what, man, this is just, I don't even know what to talk about this week. God will bring somebody along. I feel like it's God bringing somebody along and just encourage me and be like, hey, that was so meaningful. This helped me so much. I've just heard that time and time and time again. Or at the very last minute when I couldn't think of anything, I was like, you know what? God reminds me, why did I ask you to do this? Just to share your heart. So I turn my car around and come back and share some of that stuff. And those would be the episodes that I get the most feedback on. So I really depend on you guys. And so I am asking that question. Here's the thing. social media is, I mean, it literally, it's addictive in so many ways. I mean, we have a hard time like turning it off. In the book, the guy challenges, like, if you don't think you have a problem with it, then turn your phone off, turn all your technology off for 24 hours and just see what kind of draw, what kind of, withdrawal you have to turn that thing on. Not even whether you make it the whole 24 hours, but what's going on inside of you, your need to know, your need to check, and instead of just resting and being. And so I started asking this question when I was reading the book today. Am I adding to the noise? Is From the Shed just one more thing that, people watch and just sort of add to the list of things they do? Because I don't want to be that in people's lives. My whole hope and goal is to be an encouragement, to point you. I'll be honest, man. Number one, I believe that God and his son Jesus are the greatest deal, man. It's the greatest thing going on. It's life. It is. It's our only hope. I believe that with all that I am. And so my aim and my goal is to, paint a picture of him that's just attractive and that you might consider him and want him. But, secondary to that is life and family, relationships, faith, family relationships, and like how those things intertwine and interact with one another, and just encourage in that, because I know that we have a ton going on. So that was my hope for From the Shed. And so if it's not that, I don't want to keep doing it. So in the middle of all that, here's my request. I'd love to get some feedback from you on what's been meaningful. What episodes did you love? What could you do without? What could I do different? Is there some interviews that I could do more? Should I add more people, bring other new people in and interview them? Are there topics that I'm just sort of touching, but you'd love for me to go deeper? All kinds of stuff like that. And so if you could go on Facebook From the Shed and just hit the comments or messages, or on the YouTube channel in the comments, and share with me, talk to me a little bit, give me some dialogue about what matters. Maybe it's the way I film. You like different angles, it can be any of that stuff. I did get some feedback from a good friend of mine. They're like, hey, I'd love for you to like kind of come out from the shed and kind of do stuff in different locations. So I was like, cool, we can add that for sure. So if I do it next year for another year, that's probably something I'll do. But I wanted to get some more feedback, some more input. Again, I genuinely love you guys. And I mean that for the ones that I know and I see and connecting with it. My hope is to be an encouragement. And so I hope that it is. And I'd love to know how to be a better encouragement. So let me know. Should I keep doing it? Also, like one other thing that I wanted to kind of tag on, probably one of the favorite things that's come out of this is the whole gratitude piece. I believe that is such a bigger piece of our lives than we allow it to be. It's just a game changer in every way, whether it's our job, our family, our friends, our own personal relationships with other people or with God. How we view life, glass half empty, glass full, whatever. Being grateful and like counting our blessings, counting the good things that come from even hard things is critical for us. So the whole Gratitude Tuesday piece has been a big one for me. That's something that I'll probably hold on to no matter what, but I'd really love to hear from you on ideas that you think would be awesome to like grow that, to involve other people in it, to make it bigger than just a thing where, 50 people share on a weekly basis of things they're grateful for. So here's the deal, man. I'd love for you to share this episode with some friends that watch it, or jump on there and share your own comments. So thanks a lot, guys. Hope this was helpful. Last couple episodes of the first year should be really fun. I've got some cool stuff in store. So we'll see you next time. Have a good one.